Hello friends, this is Zubin Lapsiwala and today I am going to talk about demonetization. Demonetization is the act of stripping a currency unit of its status as legal tender. Here I have mentioned three main impacts of demonetization: terrorism, black money and development. So let's see the history of demonetization. First is Soviet Union. In 1991, Mikhail government banned the currency note of ruble 50 and 100 in Soviet Union to end black money in the country. However, it backfired and he faced the problem of change of government. Next in the list is Ghana. In 1982, Ghana government demonetized currency notes of Shady 50 to control black money. But after this, people lost their faith from economic policies of country. Next is Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe used to have $100 trillion note and demonetization was done to curb the inflation. Next in our list is North Korea. The demonetization that happened in North Korea in 2010 left people with no food and shelter. It was introduced a reform that knocked off 20 from the face value of the old currency in order to ban its black money. Next is Australia. Australia became the first country to release polymer notes to stop widespread counterfeiting. It did not have any side effects on the economy. Withdrawing high denomination currency notes have been done before in 1946 and 1978. However, I believe the present move might have a bigger impact than the one done by British India and Morarji Desai. This is a move I have been dreaming for years and glad it was done. The fact that the government was able to do this so secretly in such a connected manner speaks volume. Indira Gandhi tried this in early 1970s but could not as the move leaked out and the bad guys quickly changed over the notes. The government had to back out of the move then. I'm even thinking if the move to ban NDTV was just a ploy to distract the whole media to pull this off, and it was possibly scheduled on US election day, likely to get the global media off the hit and attention, as foreign media has been ultra critical and considering of any major move in India. Here is the news article and notes those were banned in the past. There are 5 key incentives for this. First is bringing out illicit money slotted and stated in the parallel economy. Second is having a lid on the fake money racket supported by our Western neighbor, moving the notes to a more secure standard with better protection against counterfeiting. Third incentive is India to go cashless. The banks would not hand you wads of the new cash but will just credit the money to your bank account in place of your old currency. Fourth is curbing inflation in real estate and reducing gold imports. As the fifth incentive, it would impact coalitions ahead of major elections in UP and Punjab. It is not shocking that the elections, especially in these states with multidimensional politics, involve a lot of illicit money. MLAs get traded like horses with suitcases of cash. Some of that trading will get impacted. Unlike in the past, I don't see much impact on normal users of currency. The transaction that happened on rupees 500 and 1000 should be moving to net banking check cards anyway. If someone is still holding out against modern transaction method, this is the opportunity to come out from under the rock. For the poor who don't have debit credit cards, there might not be much impact either, as most of the transactions happen under 1000 or 500 rupees. Black money and corruption. The impact on black money use will be temporary as those would eventually move to new 2000 rupee note in time. Also, a lot of the black money lies in real estate, gold and other physical things. Still, a temporary small impact on this sector is better than nothing. The mere fear of government talking out your black money is good enough. That the government could so secretly do this will increase the fear. Elections. Especially with the major elections barely weeks away, the move would impact politics in crucial states. My guess is that the government awaited for the Diwali to pass and do it reasonably before the election. Thus, unlike the previous occasions, the government didn't do this on January 16. It could have impact on corruption in those elections and it is a way of government saying Mahagathbandhan check. Third is counterfeiting. The impact on the counterfeiting notes would be more significant. Many dealers with the existing counterfeit notes would be stuck as they would have to take the notes to the bank and have better chances of getting their racket exposed. Thus, they are most likely to destroy their notes and incur losses. Losses to the bad guys is good and maybe some of them could get shot unable to pay their debts. It would be quite hard to counterfeit the new currency, and until they develop the technology for that, there will be an impact on the counterfeit notes and terrorism that is funded through that. Fourth is cashless society. All of the above things are temporary things, but I believe the long-lasting one could be in moving cashless. The pain of transferring cash could incentivize many to think about going bits and plastic. Today could be a day to introspect for the legal users of the currency that could have a more significant impact on counterfeiting and unaccounted money. The next one is gold silver. In the short term, gold and silver buying will be hampered as a lot of buyers buy with their black money. That means less importing. Over the long term, there might be more purchase of gold as the black money guys will be afraid to hold too much cash. Sixth is real estate. In the short term, prices of real estate would come down for the same reason above. There will be less suitcases moving. It is not clear what would happen to this sector in the long term. Maybe there could be a little more land buying, but that could be neutralized by the spiraling down of the prices that could go now. Seventh is markets. This is overall a positive move that is lauded by a lot of people and could bring more confidence in Indian markets by overseas investors. However, the exit of black money temporarily could cause other repercussions in buying. I would not be surprised if the market goes a bit down in the short and medium term. Next is overseas Indians. There is a lot of Indian rupee that get transacted outside the India. Technically it is illegal, but there are no many practical alternatives. They would be impacted as they cannot change money to the new notes quickly, and those overseas currency trading markets on rupee would be impacted. Some of these transactions are good ones that improve the economy, while others might help the outbuy like ones. The next is banking to all. The government's key objective is to bring banking to all, and this will help that. If you have more than 4,000 rupee, the bank will not give you new notes, but will just ask you to open an account and credit it there. This, when followed with the fees on the ATM transaction, will make it harder to transact on cash. Next is consumption and economy. This is one thing I believe is going to be negative. Black money drives a lot of the economy, and now that is gone, it will impact consumption levels. There could be a deflation and damp economic growth for a couple of quarters. In the long run, it doesn't matter though. Think about this. India's total tangible wealth is of order 280 lakh crore. World Bank estimate at least a quarter of this is black. That means 70 lakh crore. It is possible that 10% of it is in cash, with the rest in real estate and gold. That is 7 lakh crore of black money cash that is lying around. Maybe 80% of it will turn white, and even with that, 1.4 lakh crore of black money will be gone. That is big. Now let's see. Demonetization has really begun to backfire. First, across India, things have been quite orderly in the banks and elsewhere. That is the fundamental test of chaos. Of course, there are huge crowds as 15 lakh crore rupee had to be exchanged in a mere 40 long days. There have been no major riots, strikes, or burns. This is fundamental test to gong people's anger. There have been relative peace across the country in Kashmir and elsewhere since the demonetization, proving the government's stand that part of violence was fueled by illicit cash. Of course, this alone would not eliminate terror, but bought some time. Demonetization is a body blow, not a death knell to terror. There have been a massive spike in net banking and other cashless alternatives, including rupee and UPI. Net banking users has gone up by 200%. Demonetization has boosted RuPay card usage by 7 times. There has been massive number of IT raids across the country and sort of vindicated the government's move. As the black money holders tried to convert, some got caught. Very few countries could have been able to pull off this massive project with little hiccups. With the storm past, it is time to fix the after effects and destruction. There are a sizable portion of people who will struggle to transition. I guess the government should focus on now getting the cashless payment charges to be at 0%. It is ridiculous that the banks charge for cashless transactions more than cash transactions. Cash transactions keep more liquidity in banks and they must thus waive all the charges. Government must bring great regulation to keep it that way. Have a fiscal simulation in rural India targeted at poor people. This is to compensate for the lower expenditure that the black money holders are doing. So thank you guys for watching. This is Zubin Lapsiwala. Hope you enjoyed a lot. Happy to help.